So it's completely the Wild West. Now, in the middle, we've got a bunch of fitness professionals and bro science guys selling you peptides, but they are legitimately just sending you to research labs. They get an affiliate kickback, and you know that you're not dealing with a doctor, so that's up to you. You decide. That's up to whatever you want to do, and whatever you want to do in any of these cases is fine. But I just thought I would inform you, because as I sit back and watch this unfold, I'm like, what is going on? Here's the next part to this. In most cases, everybody, in my opinion, is throwing out huge doses. Huge. What a 230-pound muscled up bro science guy is suggesting on a gray market peptide that's no longer available by the FDA, but you're getting through a research lab and they're telling you to take this dose, and you're a 135-pound menopausal woman. Like, again, back to my original statement, that does not add up. So I'm getting messages from people saying, I'm using this peptide, this peptide, this peptide, this stack, and I'm having all these symptoms. And I can't answer you because I'm not your doctor. But from my perspective, looking at it, I'm like, whoa, they're probably being way overdosed on this. This was my original hypothesis with GLP-1s. Maybe we don't all tolerate the standard starting dose. Maybe we don't need that much because we're using it for other reasons besides trying to achieve weight loss. Maybe we're using it for some of the other reasons that it's FDA approved for. Maybe we're using it for some of the other reasons that the big studies are coming out with. It's gotten some really great FDA approvals lately, but most doctors are not aware of those. They're still just talking about weight loss and type 2 diabetes. All that to say, be aware that the Wild West is here and you guys are the guinea pigs. You guys are the ones sitting in the middle of it. And I am not selling you any peptides, and I am not selling you anything but education at this point. I'm giving a ton of it away for free. If you want the deep dive, all of it concise, put together in a way that absolutely takes you from beginning to end, it's in my course. I just want you to understand that it's not one size fits all. And what you're hearing online is a ton of noise, and a lot of it's like very high doses. Okay, so then we have this other category happening, which is, I think, prudent and must be discussed. It's the women who, now there's some of them that are quite nasty, who are like, well, I got through menopause without any HRT and you don't need it either. This is a natural process and this is a natural transition. And why would we throw hormones at it? It's totally okay if you believe that. Don't be nasty to me about it, though. I get some nasty messages from women and I'm like, yo, your terrible attitude is screaming that you need estrogen just because you're being so mean. Like, where I go look at their profile and I'm like, all their skin's melting off. And I'm like, you probably could use a little something to hold your collagen together. And I don't mean that derogatorily. I mean, like, your collagen is your whole body. And if your skin is showing, trust me, your bones are impacted. To trust me, if your skin's sagging all over the place, your bones are probably osteoporotic too. And your cardiovascular system is being compromised because that's all collagen holding you together. And your brain is all fat, but it's being held up in a system of collagen. So something you consider. I can see when someone's collagen is falling apart. That's all I did was regenerate collagen for over a decade in clinic, was take care of people's joints, and which is your collagen. And I can tell just by looking at someone's face and body habitus if their body's holding themselves together very well. Just by their posture, I can tell what their collagen status is to some degree. So I'm not being judgmental. I'm just telling you, like, this is what I was trained to do for decades. And so when somebody is coming at me with that, I get it. I agree. If you don't want to do hormones, don't do hormones. That's totally fine. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. This is your journey. Again, I don't care. I don't care what any of you do. It's your journey. I'm just trying to inform you. So, okay. Great. We could argue that all day. I'm not going to get into it here. Most humans died in their 40s up until modern days. So I'm going to live out. We have enough data to show that estrogen and progesterone and testosterone support the systems I want to support in my body as I age. I want to age optimally. That's my choice. I want to use peptides. I want to use hormones. That's my choice too. I don't think y'all need it. I've talked to you about this before. To each his own. And not everybody tolerates everything well. We'll get to that in a second. That's the group. There's a group of women sharing out their concerns that either they didn't tolerate HRT well, or they're concerned about not tolerating it well, or whatever. They're just not in the everybody do hormones group. And they're getting backlash. Like, I haven't heard this just from one person. I've heard it from multiple big influencers who have spoken out and I mean, just sharing their own lived experiences, saying, like, I didn't tolerate it well, or I don't think everyone needs to be on it, or looking at genomics, not everyone's processing it well. Like maybe their estrogen pathways are glommed up just genetically. They're just kind of predetermined that way. Or maybe there's MTHFR mutations going on and pathways are not processing, or maybe they did a Dutch test and things are not going down the right pathway. And that's all legitimate science. It's real. And they get attacked online and being told like, a multitude of things like, how dare you say this? You're going to scare women away from HRT. We were making so much progress and now you're setting us back. You're a big influencer and you're influencing people and you have responsibility. And they're like, yo, this is my lived experience and I can say whatever I want on my platform that I built. Their arguments are sound. I've listened to them and I know some of them and I've seen some of their labs and they don't handle hormones well or the standard dosing. They need something different. They need a more personalized approach. They're different sizes, they're different ages, they're at different places in the perimenopause or menopause journey, and they need a different kind of handholding, an individualized, personalized medical approach. This is why I'm not a big fan of the telemedicine companies in every case. If you're super healthy and you're, like I've said before, we've got rhinos and we've got very sensitive Sallys. And if you're a rhino and you take the hormones at the standard dosing, and you're great, yahoo. There's the Wiley protocol, which is like super high doses of hormones. And those people claim that it's a miracle. There's the Wilson's protocol with thyroid, where they take crazy high doses of T3 and people claim that's a miracle. Whatever you want. I'm not dissing any of it. That's not how I do things. I don't care though. Like I have heard the miraculous shifts that people have had. It's like the people who do carnivore and it's amazing and it's completely life-changing. And then people who do carnivore and their health completely falls apart in shambles and they gain a bunch of weight because arachidonic acid at high levels absolutely can induce insulin resistance and weight gain in some individuals. So we're all biochemically individual. We're all genetically individual. So it's been very interesting to hear that. I didn't believe it at first when people were like, yeah, I shared out this, I made a post or a reel or a story that I wasn't tolerating hormones well. And then I just got viciously attacked and they send me the DMs. And in many cases, it's just angry women. Because I know you guys, that's why I'm making this podcast. You guys get so angry when you hear one thing, you believe it dogmatically, and then somebody you trust says something opposite. You guys freak out sometimes. It's true. You know who you are. I want to hold your hand and tell you it's going to be okay. But sometimes when you've like put all your ducks in one basket and you've decided this is the way, you freak out when somebody tells you something different. That's not everyone. That's just how some women in particular, I've noticed, behave. That's unnecessary. And it shows that you don't have good, I'm sorry to say, you don't have good discernment, because not anyone has the right answer for you. Not even me. Not everything I say is dogma. So you have to find someone to work with. And if you don't like that person or how they're handling your health, you have to find someone else to work with. And sometimes you got to go on a journey. And you're probably not going to find all your answers in one influencer. And you don't have to agree or disagree with me here, but hone your power of discernment.